Note taken up. Maybe. Uh, the petitioner is the wife, and in this case, the domestic violence complaint has been filed by the mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law.
In a
How
connected
old is the mother-in-law?
the complainant is the mother-in-law.
We understand. How old is she?
She must be in her 60s, madam. The petitioner is in her 30s. And the connected matter, the Milords have already directed it to be transferred from Jalandhar to Delhi. This is the Guardians and Wards Act petition
Who is
filed.
appearing for the respondent here?
They have been served. The counter is also filed and it forms part of the records.
Any appearance here? Ms. Napinai, learned advocate appearing in support of the petition, invited our attention to order dated 1st of September 2022 passed by this court in transfer petition civil number 775 of 2022 between the same parties. The order indicates that at the instance of the present petitioner, the proceedings were transferred from Jalandhar to Family Court at Karkarduma Courts, Delhi. We have gone through the contents of the petition and are satisfied that case for transfer is made out. Accordingly, the instant transfer petition is allowed and the proceedings which are presently pending at so and so are transferred to so and so, correct? The court at, this is at Delhi.
Karkarduma, Delhi, madam.
This is at Jalandhar.
From Jalandhar to Delhi.
The court at Jalandhar is directed to transmit the record immediately to the transferee court. Correct? With these observations, the petition is allowed.
I was obliged and deeply honored for this opportunity to open the batting today before this August bench.
Item number 47.
47, I am for the petitioner wife.
Who is opposing you? Anybody opposing? Very well, transfer allowed.
Obliged.
Item number 48.
Yes, please, Vilat, I am appearing for respondent. This is after notice listed for the first time, and there is scope of settlement between the parties. May this matter be referred to mediation cell, Vilat?
My lord, I am appearing for the petitioner, my lord.
I will refer you to Supreme Court Mediation Center. Very well. Learned counsel appearing for both sides agree that the matter be referred to Supreme Court Mediation Center to explore the possibilities of arriving at a negotiated settlement. Let the matter be referred to Mediation Center. The report be submitted to the court as early as possible and preferably within 3 weeks from today. List the matter, give a date after 4 weeks.
I am grateful.
Obliged.
Item number 49.
Lots. Petitioner filed by the wife, seeking transfer from Jaipur, Rajasthan to Gwalior. Respondent, my lord, praying for mediation, my lord.
Praying for
Mediation, my lord, mediation.
mediation.
Lots of mediation proceeding was initiated before the Gwalior also. Lots of with due greatest respect, matter transferred and mediation.
You are staying at Gwalior?
Yes, lord.
The number of litigations are going on, my lord. My client ready to settle matter, my lord, before mediation.
So let's say settle with Gwalior at my lord. Gwalior mediation.
Gwalior ke liye karna hai.
Yes, lord.
Okay. Next.
Allow lordship.
Not allowed, sir. We are saying that let the mediation be gone into first.
They are not attending the mediation proceeding at
Okay,
Gwalior.
very well. Yes. Pura transfer kar do Gwalior and then say
Well, praying for my lord in Delhi, my lord.
the court at Gwalior is directed to explore the possibilities of settlement and for the purposes the court may consider referring the parties to mediation. That's all.
Highly obliged.
Yes, next.
Item number 50.
You will also file for the respondent. Kindly send this matter for the mediation.
Who is appearing for the petitioner here? Nobody? You are. This is seeking transfer from which place, sir?
From Bokaro to Gorakhpur. Bokaro still city to Gorakhpur.
Will transfer the proceedings to Gorakhpur?
No, the petitioner is working at Mumbai. Her native place is at Gorakhpur. And the case has instituted at Bokaro Steel City, where it is on advanced stage.
Sir, we understand that, but today referring the parties to mediation very well. Yes, but at which place?
Kindly send this matter for the
At which place?
at Delhi.
See, dragging somebody all the way from Gorakhpur and Bokaro is not a good idea. We'll send the matter to Gorakhpur, let it be there, and we'll refer the matter.
Court mediation.
Supreme Court, if the parties were somewhere here close by, then we would certainly have done that.
No, my lord, both the place from Mumbai are almost the same.
Sorry,
It is
sorry,
at
sorry,
Bokaro
sorry.
city
Sorry.
because the matter is already
Sorry,
at
sir. Let it be at Gorakhpur, same order at Gorakhpur. Yes. Next.
Item number 51.
Lords, I am seeking some time to file reply.
Your Lordship, I am appearing for petitioner wife, Your Lordship.
Very well. At the request of the learned counsel appearing for the respondent, adjourned for 3 weeks, list on so and so, so and so. In the meantime, the respondent may put in affidavit in response. Yes.
Obliged.
Next.
Number
Yes.
52.
Anybody?
Application for amendment has been moved.
Amendment to what?
There is a minor change from.
Amendment to the transfer petition, because there is that some mistake there, Devghar and Dhanbad.
They have written then.
But very well, who is appearing for the respondent here?
I am for respondent.
Respondent, very well. Any objection to the transfer, sir?
My lords, may refer it to the mediation.
Sorry, sir. Let it be transferred and then let the court take the call. Yes, transferred.
53.
There's an adjournment slip.
My lord,
Adjourned in
there's a
view of
letter
that.
circulated in the matter. There's a letter circulated in the matter.
That's right. So we'll adjourn in terms of letter. Next.
Item number 54.
Well, this is after notice. The service was completed on 14/9. Nobody has entered appearance on behalf of the respondent.
Very well, we transfer.
Yes.
Next.
Item number 55.
Please, my lords, I'm appearing on behalf of the petitioner, my lords. The last date of hearing, my lords have issued notice and stay.
Now there is a counter file. What is
That's
this?
if I am for the respondent, your lordship. That's my humble submission, your lordship. Let the witnesses and the respondent be appear through video conferencing. Because it is.
That will make a request before the court. Say
He is also
transfer allowed. The transferring court shall consider the request made for appearance through video conferencing. Shall approve, yes, the learned counsel for the petitioner submits that liberty be granted to appear through, in the matter through video conferencing. Let an appropriate application in that behalf be made before the transferring court, which shall then consider the matter purely on its own merit.
Learned counsel for respondent.
Very well, learned counsel for the respondent. Thank you.
Grateful, your lordship.
Is transfer allowed? Right?
Yes.
Yes. Next.
Item number 56.
See, transfer petition, well, I'm for the petitioner, seeking transfer from Mumbai to Jodhpur.
That we know. Who is opposing you?
Nobody is here.
Very well allowed. इसमें हमेशा ना service has been effected and
Yes,
no one has entered.
Indicates one.
Next.
Item number 57.
Lordship, Lordship, I'm for the petitioner's wife seeking transfer from Thane to Guwahati.
That's right, madam. Any opposition to your prayer? Nobody has entered appearance. वही order करना है. Case made out. Yes, nobody has offered, etc. etc. Next.
Item number 58.
Services proceed to the respondent.
Same order. Yes. Next.
Item number 59.
May please, this is for transfer from.
Any opposition, sir?
Bangalore, no opposition is
Very
there.
well granted. Next.
Item number 60.
Appearing for the petitioner.
I'm appearing for the respondent. I'm seeking.
Who is appearing for the respondent?
I'm appearing for the respondent.
Yes, what is the
I'm seeking
opposition,
time
sir?
to file wakalatnama and reply.
You haven't filed.
This is, no, my lord. This
Very
is the
well.
first time.
Counsel for the respondent, learned Mr. So and so submits that he has received instructions to enter appearance on behalf of the respondent. Let the wakalatnama be filed. At his request, we adjourn the matter for 4 weeks to enable the respondent to put in the affidavit and response. Thank you.
Highly pressed.
That puts an end to everything before me.
Bar wants to, greeting card to you.
Arre baap re.
People have signed that, not, I've also signed there and
Wow.
everybody has tried to. Unfortunately, they didn't give me enough of white space, so I've written over that pink, whereas said.
Now, it will be a task to first of all decipher what has been written and by whom. So that's a excellent thing.
Your lordships cannot say supply legible copies.
No. This is something, a beautiful gesture. I'll keep it frame it and keep it in my study.
Yeah, great.
Thank you so much.
Certainly.
Yes.
Can I only join the congregation?
We have spent
With the
a
permission to join the.
long journey with you, sir.
Yes.
Lord, as from the bar, Lord, I'd like to say that firstly, we are very happy, Lord, that your entire family is here. We can see Madam also here, daughter-in-law here, Mr. Lalit, Shreyans is also here. It's a very, very proud moment for us, Lord, and at your felicitation, I said that your lordships were practicing in this court. I did not remember, and I must tell everybody today, that Justice Sikri, who was the first bar appointee who became the Chief Justice of India, didn't practice in this court. But what is more important, and which I did not mention then, was that your lordship was a non-AOR here, your lordship was an AOR here, and your lordship was a senior advocate here. So your lordship knows the problem of the entire bar. And I have seen, Lord, when a Chief Justice comes from outside and who is not practiced in this court, there is a chance, Lord, of registry sometimes, Lord, playing the rule book, but that was not happening in your lordship's court, and we are so, Lord, the bar is so, Lord, obliged that your lordships took this office and had a short tenure, Lord, that of course is destiny that we can't do anything about. The other thing, Lord, I would like to mention is that your lordships are fond of traveling. I'm sure your lordship will get a lot of time with your family to do traveling. I am told your lordships are also fond of cricket. So your first bonus will be the semi-final day after tomorrow. And I hope that India reaches the final and your lordships fulfill the other desire of going to see the finals in Australia. And that is our wish from the entire bar. Your lordships can see how the bar is, the entire courtroom is full, bursting actually. It took me a difficulty to come inside, not to this room, we all take I repeat this again, and that is true of my Lord Justice Chandrachud also. Your lordships look so fit that it doesn't look to be an age of retirement at all. But what to do again, that is something which the bar does not have any control in. But as I said in Justice Nageshwar Rao's tenure, that there should be a special dispensation for people who have been practicing here to be allowed to come back. Your lordship so want to come back. That's the wish of the bar, the wish list of the bar. And we again got to pray for your lordships. Very, very good health. And the next innings to be very, very enjoyable.
Thank you.
Easy something.
Yes,
Learning easy. I only have to. I find it difficult to gather my thoughts, and for a number of reasons. And I only can say your lordships are leaving without leaving. Leaving without leaving. There are too many subjects on which we have common understanding and work together. And one of the greatest contributions that the court has received during your tenure as a judge, because it's not an occasion to talk about it, but there is a solemn feeling in the bar which is seldom witnessed and witnessed today. And I have my very personal thing to narrate and say I'm deeply indebted and grateful to your lordships for having marveled over a certain very intricate issues in this court and given new shape and dimensions for all of us to think deeply, ponder, and how the court can be held and how the court will navigate. I think I have a lot of lessons I've learned from your lordships, and I wish in my office I'll be able to use them in meaningful ways. For I personally remain deeply indebted and grateful to your lordships.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll write a poetry one of these days on this.
Oh, yeah.
Lords, I joined the learned Attorney General, my lords, and your lordships, my lord, very long and successful tenure as the council, my lord, we have briefed your lordships, and my lord, as equally successful tenure as a judge, my lord, will be remembered. Lord, we wish your lordships, my lord, a very healthy and fulfilling life, my lord. Especially, my lord, senior Mr. Lalit must be the proudest person today, my lords.
My lord, Mr. Venugopal, I think, is there also.
Lords, may I say something, Lords?
Yes, please.
Lords, so far as what your lordships have achieved during the short period as Chief Justice of India is something which is only can be described as amazing. But there are 54 constitutional bench cases which had to be disinterred and had to be taken up for hearing. Each one of them had a seminal issue which had to be decided because it would affect public interest. And for a long, long time, they were lying buried. And it's only when your lordship took over, your lordship did justice to those cases. And out of those 54 cases, 24 of them had listed before as many as 4 Millard constitution benches. And at least 4 of them have been disposed of during a short period. And one of them, judgment was delivered today after a marathon hearing. And therefore, my Lord, this is an achievement which will be remembered for a long time to come, because never before in the history of this court has there been 2 constitutional benches or 3 constitutional benches, but never 4. And therefore, my Lord, we think that the short tenure is something which has to be had a relook at. But anyway, it's a little too late in the day. I have been going on saying at every such retirement, it should be 70, it should be 68. But I find that I am beating a drum to its death. But we are going to miss your lordship. Your lordship was a brilliant lawyer at the bar, and that continued on the bench. And I think we are going to miss you. All that we can do is to hope that your lordship will continue with us to render services, my lords, in the legal field itself, where I have no doubt that the demand on your lordship services will be enormous. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us join this sentence collectively and individually. We all had wonderful times in the bar. Many of us think that you have been not only an epitome of sobriety and patience, but patience to a fault. And I think it's not easy in the face of extreme provocation. It's a talent difficult to cultivate. About the short tenure, I think, as Kipling said, it's the 60 seconds you pack in that minute which matters. And I think you packed 60 seconds into every minute of the short tenure, which is the common feeling here. We all wish you well. Some of you believe that the best is possibly still yet to come. And we hope that you will get some leisure, which is the only thing you had in short supply.
My Lord is giving us a very mixed reaction. Since the day we joined the practice, we have seen my Lords here practicing, and that was not even a single day when we did not even notice or imagine that my Lord is not here in this court. So today, after serving decades, my Lord will not be here in this court. That itself is giving us a kind of pain. But at the same time, this is a proud moment that somebody is member of our bar has achieved this level and become Chief Justice of India, and he has contributed immensely. My Lord has done great job in Nalsa. My Lord has also contributed in each and every aspect. My Lord also knew all the problems. And we request that prior to leaving, communicate it to Honorable Justice Chanchud. What are the problems?
So it's been an absolute privilege and an honor knowing your lordships, assisting your lordships when your lordships were at the bar, and not assisting your lordships when we were in court. The only thing I can add is that your lordship's calming influence in court proceedings will be sorely missed. And we wish your lordship all the very best in your future endeavors.
Malaj, may I say this? Yes, please. Malaj, it is normally said that small is beautiful, but your lordship shows that short can also be beautiful. Your lordship has shown Malaj not just rectified Malaj listing issues. We finally do get lists Malaj several days in advance. Not just Malaj the roster, not just constitution benches. But beyond all of that, what your lordship has shown is the majesty of this great court. Your lordship has shown Malaj that whatever community you may belong to, whatever political party, you will get a hearing and you will get justice. And that Malaj's restoration of that confidence is really what your lordship's tenure will be one of the great things your lordship will remember for. Justice was not only done, Malaj, it was definitely seen to be done. And Malaj, on a personal note, I remember once I was briefing your lordship, Malaj, on a trip to Indore. And on the flight back, Malaj, your lordship's Cartier gold-rimmed glasses were stolen.
And your lordship was as cool as your lordship has always been. And all your lordship said was it was meant to be. And although the briefing fee on that trip was less perhaps than the value of the gold glasses, but your lordship took it completely in your stride. In all these decades here on this side and on that side, at least speaking for myself, I've never seen your lordship lose a school, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of many. So, as has been said, your lordship will be sorely missed and very warmly remembered, and your lordship, we wish your lordship the very best in the times ahead.
Thank you.
But to add to what my parents said, I started my career as a senior education, and it's been a lot of privilege to have that pleasure and to be here before you now. I must also say that apart from all the other things my parents said, which I endorse, your concern for the common citizen is something which I have seen not only for, but in the wonderful public defender system which is happening. I've had the opportunity to visit the districts on the ground, because I had the opportunity because we were working like this today, and I've seen the impact of making the ground. But that is something which is to me one of the most precious legacies your lordship has left for us, and we're not going to let it go. Lord, you're still part. We're not going to let it go.
Thank you.
My lord, it was always a pleasure interacting with my lords, whether as a lawyer, senior advocate. I had the occasion of interacting with your lordship's father also when I briefed him in some matters. It was always a pleasure in the courtroom. My lords were very pleasant. It was very nice to argue before my lords. We never felt that any injustice would be done, even if the order was against us. I wish your lordships good health and happiness and a happy retired life.
Advocate and Card Association, my lord, I wish to share the same views as expressed by my many friends, my lord. We wish that your lordship have happy, healthy, and more prosperous life ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lordship, I have the president of the Arguing Counseling Association. They are all present here. And I just wanted to address one thing, that the word non-award and reward, those are very, very derogatory words. So I will say that arguing councils are mostly acquiring the court premises. And it's been a lovely experience, the lordship, your passion towards delivery of cases and the system you sustain. It was lovely, lordship, and it was a lovely experience to see your persona in such a beautiful way. Your short tenure has actually made you do all that work you could have done in 2 years. So I think it was an incredible job you did. So we all are very grateful that that short tenure turned out to be the best part in your tenure. And I wish you a very happy life to your family as well as you. And I would like to welcome the youthfulness and the vivaciousness and the dynamism of the new Chief Justice of India, who would definitely understand the problems and would definitely come to the briefing lawyers. You can take a round, we've got a long tenure. You should come around and see the agony of the lawyers who are actually not getting the space in the court, being in the. So I welcome you to the lordship and wish you all the best.
I just like that has not already been said. Your lordship's kindness, my lords, gave a lot of impetus to young women lawyers when we started our journeys, when your lordships was the senior counsel. Many of us with young children, my lords, we are very grateful. Our careers are formidable today because of your lordship's kindness.
It has been a great day to interact with you when you are at the side of the bar. And my lords, it has always been an enriching experience to appear before my lords and then learn from each and every attempt that my lords have actually uttered during the Kalito and continuing the series. Personally speaking, my lords, I still remember the day of my lords when my lord was sitting at the duty, my lord came and patted me at the back when I was arguing on court number 6 at that point in time. My lord, it's been a very rewarding experience. Like the tall trade, you have stood tall and you continue to remain, my lords, remembered by all of us. And we wish, my lords, your family and yourself the very best of health and happy endings, my lords. Notwithstanding, my lords, will continue to interact with you, my lords, on all possible occasions.
Lord, I just only 2 sentences, Lord. in a common people, my lord, it's a short tenure restoring the faith of the common people.
It's a very sad moment at the same time, a proud moment for the entire Supreme Court bar. Today, you have for the entire country how a Chief Justice has to be determined to see the lapses, to see the delay in pending matters. I'm sure the bar was looking towards you as a super hero. A person within 45 days has changed the concept of the Supreme Court administration. And we are proud of you, and we are also hopeful that the next superhero is yet to take over in another 24 hours will be not less than that. Thank you so much.
I said, well, not say that one thing about my chief I was sitting here as a senior counsel. I was arguing over different times by chief the name of future system. This also rights. Because I never forget that was I encouraged to be given to us. And my lord, some chief without discriminating anyone, irrespective of senior or junior, you treat us well. The only thing in my doubt, when I was you are this much patient with always I'm grateful to my Lord. Of course, I am equally grateful to my Lord. Yes,
Thank you. So you have been in this institution for 40 years, 32 years as a lawyer, 8 years as a judge. On the bar, you were one of the best senior counsels, and here you are now retiring as a Chief Justice. Sir. In my 20 years, I've never seen a Chief Justice taking 70 mentioning at 10:30, sir, and all with a smile, sir. On the administrative side also, sir, you solved our listing problems. You got us our chambers, sir. Thank you for everything, and how the whole court is full can be seen, how much everyone loves you, sir. Absolutely. You set up constitution benches. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Lordships. Want to say one
We are.
We'll miss you. We all are going to miss you, sir. So set the bar very high for everybody. Yes, sir.
Probably till 4 p.m. today.
Lordships, I wish happy future, my lord, and I hope that you will get the guidance of the Lordships in future also, my lord. Even after that, this next life, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
I want to be in once the High Court Chief Justice said that no Supreme Court has already ever served. Anybody who comes to this court will realize not only the Chief Justice, any lawyer or any party, anybody who is coming to this court was speaking to with respect. We have not seen any such Chief Justice so far. We have heard about Justice we were not fortunate to practice in this sort. We were fortunate to have Chief Justice in this sort of thing. But I think that what say that it's a constitutional board. Your lordship have realized the importance of constitutional benches. And the website has report as many as 25 judges are involved. Your lordship have treated every judge as equal. And even matters are extremely important to see. Transfer petitions and even English matters, legal matters are taken by the Chief Justice. We have seen sort of saying this is the same your lordships questions is ethic punishment. And the same giving evidence in constitutional matters. And in lordships, this time today will be hate like the digital justice which are Canada, and it will be correct to the future. Thank you very much.
So we are highly AOR Association. On behalf of the AOR Association, my lord, I must say the lordship met us about 2.5 months before, just before 1 day before taking oath, and lordship has recommended all these measures to streamline the process of the registry. We are very grateful for lordship, what lordship has done and achieved in these 2.5 months, and the AOR community is very happy, and right from the listing to the taking up all these old matters in such a short period of time, we are very grateful, my lord. We wish you very best, my lord, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lordship, I pray before Almighty for a happy and healthy life ahead.
Thank you.
Dear Lordship, I advocate the privilege. Lordship, I come from Patna. I'm not practicing here. But I just want to convey my message that
your tenure, short tenure, being the Chief Justice of India has shown that if somebody doesn't feel the time constraint, he can be unbounded, he can be expanding the horizons of what can be done. Your Lordship has achieved this thing, and this, I think, this will be something that will guide the other courts also and court functioning also. And I wish your Lordship would pass your Lordship's superannuating journeys down from here. And I was privileged to see that your father is also here. It is one of the great occasions to see.
Thank you so much. With my Lord permission, may I add one thing? My Lord, in the 134 of evidence, it says, my Lord, no particular number of witnesses is required to prove its case. The same apply here, my Lord. No particular date is required to prove this dignity of this chair. My Lord has shown a new era. We all are obliged, my Lord. My Lord, in the leadership of my Lord, in which we will continue this. Thank you. We are totally obliged. Yes. Deeply obliged.
So we will remember you for your pleasing smiles and creating lighter movement in the.
May I make one submission? I want to bring your Lordship notice was two events which have been restricted brought Lordship during September. One is Lord's regular reading matters. For the long time, we have not seen 101 notes on the regular code of all the codes. Lordship has changed for very short period. Secondly, Lordship constituted 6 constitutional benches, Lords, making all the judges of 30 of the Honorable Lords and parties to the various branches. So we are very grateful to your Lordship.
Thank you. Thank you. Best wishes.
Best.
Honorable Chief Justice and all the members of the bar, today is a very unique occasion because we have in our midst 3 generations of the Lalit family. Chief Justice's respected father, Chief Justice himself, and generation which follows. Chief, very great judges and lawyers have walked through the portals of our court. Some of those portraits hang here, looking over us, watch over us as we work every day. It's Justice P.K. Mukherjee, Justice H.R. Khanna, Sir Hadilal Kania. I think, Chief, you have the unique distinction. Unique in the sense that this is, as Mr. Vikas Singh said, the first of the distinctions that any Chief Justice has acquired. You have had the distinction of being called to the bar, called to senior advocateship by this very court, and then rising to become the Chief Justice of India. No other Chief Justice has been able to achieve this distinction. Your tenure as the Chief Justice saw a large number of judicial reforms, which will stand the court in good stead in the future. And I would like to assure you that there would be a sense of continuity in the reforms which you have adopted in this court. I have known the Chief Justice for long years, though I opposed him on only one matter, but I have known him very personally even before that. One thing which I was always struck by is the Chief Justice's sobriety, his balance, and his nuanced understanding of not only the law, but of Indian social life. I believe that that has added to the stability of our court, because his presence has been a source of very great stability in sometimes turbulent times. So I've had the great pleasure of sitting with the Chief Justice, and I'm sure we'll have the pleasure of doing so outside the court as well. I wish you, Mrs. Lalit, and the entire family, your very respected father, all the best for the future. Thank you for the way you have been and the way you continue to be Chief Justice.
Thank you. My esteemed colleague, Dr. Justice Chandrachud, Chief Justice of India designate, my other esteemed colleague, Justice Bela Trivedi, with whom I am sharing the bench, all the distinguished members of the bar, whoever is present here, senior advocates, junior advocates, arguing counsel, members of my family, my father, my dear wife, and all those who are near and dear to me. I have spent something like 37 years in this court. I was telling my learned colleagues before we assembled here, I said my journey in this court began through court number 1. I was practicing in Bombay then, and I had argued a matter which perhaps I think my client felt that the judges were wrong in dismissing. So he insisted that I must take a chance and file a matter in Supreme Court. In those days, the matters used to be mentioned before the chief for getting them listed. I'd come all the way from Bombay, file the matter, and mention the matter before the then Chief Justice Y.V. Chandrachud. So my journey began from this court, and today it again ends from this court. The person before whom I mentioned the matter, he passed on the baton through successive Chief Justices, which I had the great fortune to receive that baton, and which I will now be passing on to a very distinguished member, a distinguished person, and the son of that man himself. So therefore, it's a beautiful occasion for me, and I wish I couldn't have asked for anything greater than that. So therefore, that's number 1. Number 2, somebody mentioned about these constitution benches. And the reason why I did was that I feel that a judge who gets to be judge of the Supreme Court would be good enough for everything. And so therefore, he or she must have equal chance to be part of the constitution benches. The day I started, our number was 30. Today it is 28. Tomorrow it will be 27. So therefore, with 30, I simply divided by 6 combinations, so 6 constitution benches. And I'm happy to know I practiced here for about 37 years. I never saw 2 constitution benches sitting simultaneously. But on a particular day, there were 3 constitution benches in courts 1, 2, and 3. The day we started live streaming. So it's a very memorable and sense of great achievement, sense of great satisfaction, sense of course, belonging is always there that you are product of this bar, but at the same time, at the back of mind, that yes, you have been able to do something for the bar, and that is a very, very great feeling of satisfaction with which I'll be walking out of this court for the last time. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.